Hi everyone, it's Lucy from My Crazy Craft Life, and today I'm here with a design team post for Fairy Stamper. Today I'm going to be making this card, and I am going to be using the Dogwood Blossom stamp, Fairy Whisper set, and then Magical Vines stencil. I am going to be using a piece just to stamp and then cut out, and then my card is going to be an A2 size card, so it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I have two panels. One is 4 inches by 5 1/4, and one is 3 3/4 inches by 5. So I'm going to start out by using some VersaFine Onx Black Ink to stamp the Dogwood Blossom, and then what I'm going to do is cut that out with my scan and cut once I'm finished. Now this is the first time I use the stamp, and it's a pretty solid stamp, so I'm going to make sure I stamp it a couple times to make sure I have a nice, clean, crisp image. And once I finish up that, I am going to be using my stencil, and I'm using some Victorian Velvet Distress Oxide. I'm going to just tape this down. Now it probably would have worked better if I would have sprayed it with some pixie spray or something, but it works out fine, and most of it's going to be covered. The majority of this I just want it to kind of have the, make it stand out, make the Dogwood Blossom stand out on there. And I'm just going to eyeball this. I am not doing this perfect or have any type of stencil over that to make kind of an oval pattern. I'm just going to, like I said, eyeball it, and I don't care if it's perfect, and I want it to kind of feather out and get lighter as it's around and darker towards the middle. I do end up making one side a little bit bigger, which ends up working out perfect because I need that for kind of the top of the Dogwood Blossom so that there's still a little bit of an overhang. But again, this is nothing fancy, it's just getting the color onto the piece of paper. And this is the panel that is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And so, like I said, I have the Dogwood Blossom cut out there, and I'm just kind of holding it up to make sure that I have, you know, the color all around that image, so that when I put the image down, you'll be able to see that Victorian velvet just kind of all around it. And like I said, that one side is a little bit bigger, which kind of makes it perfect for that. Then I'm going to stamp my sentiment, and I'm just going to stamp it on a scrap piece of paper, and then I will cut it down kind of to the size that I want it, and I'm going to leave a little bit extra on one end because I am going to ribbon cut that or fishtail that. I'd like to take this minute to let you know you can follow Fairy Stamper Hugs and Fairy Stamper on Facebook. And there is lots of great inspiration on the Facebook pages. You can follow and subscribe to this YouTube channel, and again, get a lot of great techniques. If there's a technique that you'd like, you can certainly let someone know, and we can see if one of the design team members can do that for you. And you can also follow us on Instagram at Fairy Stamper Hugs. So now I'm just going to kind of piece this card together. I am taking a black card base. I am putting on the layering panel that is the 4 inches by 5 1/4, and then I am going to put on the top panel, and then I am going to use foam tape for both the sentiment and the Dogwood Blossom. And I'm going to be putting a lot of foam tape on this. I don't think in general if you were not mailing this card you would have to do that much, but I am, because I am going to mail this and I don't want it to get too flat or lopsided. So I am going to put quite a bit of tape on this, or foam tape on this, like I said, just so that it kind of keeps its correct shape and doesn't flatten down in some areas and not in others. The other thing with putting the foam tape down, I'm also going to be adding sequins to this card, and that will kind of help the sequins stay into place and hopefully not get too crushed when it runs through the machines at the post office. So I'm going to just pop that down kind of right in the middle. The sentiment strip I am going to line up with the white panel on the top, and I'm going to place that on the top of the card. And like I said, I just fishtailed the end of it. And then I'm just going to add those sequins. So again, I'd like to thank everybody for joining me and taking time to watch this. I hope everybody has a great day. I hope you're staying healthy. And I'm just going to finish up this card by placing the sequins on. I'm using some liquid adhesive to do that. And that is pretty much it. So I hope everybody has a great day. Again, take care.